So guys, welcome back, Felipe again. Hope you didn't miss part 1. I hope you felt some value over there. Today is part 2 of Affinity Suite, where I'm going to be showing Affinity Designer, and I'm going to be showing Affinity Publisher. So yeah, if you have missed part 1, just check it out. I'll link it in the description below. You should watch that first, and then because I'm gonna continue exactly where we left off. So yeah, here we go. So let's share my screen first. There you go. All right, great. So here was Affinity Photo, right? I did some examples and showed you how it works, and I left you with the notion, or with the teaser, that you can open the same document in any of the 3 programs, and then you can move between these programs to take advantage of each software's capability. All right, so I can open this in Designer, and I can save it as a Designer file, and then I can open it afterwards in Photoshop, in Affinity Photo, and Affinity Publisher as well. So this is absolutely fantastic, right? I'm going to be using another project as an example. I'm going to be using for Designer. Okay, so this is Affinity Designer. As you can see, the UI is very similar, right? And there are lots of customization options as well, which I have done. Customize the toolbar, that's at the very top, right? You get alignment, and you get insertion, which is kind of like a pathfinder. Also goes for geometry, subtract, act, etc., etc. So you can customize your working space the way you prefer to. And as usual, I like to list my most common go-to tools right on the left. You can also open, so same as Photo, Affinity Photo, you can also open a new document as a single canvas, right? And also open it in artboards as artboards, which I'm gonna link again in the product description below. If you want to work with artboards, I have a little template here for you to use. Okay, so as I said, reminds of Affinity Photo, right? Quite similar, and that's exactly the objective. Objective is to make it seamless, make the transition in between seamless. Okay. So let's go through a couple of more of newer tools, or different tools. On the left, we have everything that I showed you on Affinity Photo up until here, the pen tool. Then we have the pencil, stroke, width, and vector brush tool. So the pencil tool, you're gonna know the pencil tool from Illustrator. There you go. Or from, yeah, I think from Photoshop as well, right? You can auto close this, which is cool, right? Yeah. So yeah, you get to play with the pen mode. It's pretty much the same in Illustrator. So yeah, you also get the width tool. There you go. Also very similar to Illustrator. Shape builder tool, which is very useful, right? But I barely use it, to be honest. You know, I'm working. There you go. Right, shape builder works exactly the same like on Illustrator. But I barely use it. So we get the knife tool, so to cut it in between. I prefer it so much compared to Illustrator. The knife tool, you just make a cut wherever you want, which is exactly what a knife tool should do, right? So yeah, for example that, and then we get the measure tool, which is also known from Affinity Photo. Then you get an area tool, which you also have here, right? No. There you go. So it shows you the dimensions of different areas, right? Such as here, for example, or here, right? The different curves. Vector crop, so to crop the image or whatever, you know, like yeah. There you go. It's because I have an overlay here, so if I go here, yeah. There you go. Yeah, right. Just the same as cropping on Illustrator, for instance. Then you get the artboard tool, where you can just create new artboards. Right? I prefer to just, you know, alt click and then just copy it, you know. But yeah, that's up to you. Corner tool to change border radiuses, for example, but I have to have a an object selected here, for instance, right? And corner types, which I can't have here, but I can do it in with this, for example, and then I can go here. Then I cannot mess with the corner for some reason. Oh, because it's a stroke. Okay, I think so. Right. I can change it here, right? There you go. Anyhow, so yeah, you get the vector flood tool as well, and very similar tools that you're gonna find on Illustrator, and this kind of like the arrangement and flipping and adding and subtracting. That's kind of like the that's like the Pathfinder on. There you go, right? You can just mess around with it, or if you know how to work with that, there you go. It's a Pathfinder as you have on Illustrator, and yeah. So artboard's very similar here on the right as well. Only differences or main differences, we don't have the adjustment panel with all the effects. We do have the FX here in the bottom. We also have masking, which is cool. Layer effects and the live warp groups and adjustments. Actually, you do have it here, but not the live filters, I meant. But yep, you get to work with vectors here as opposed to Affinity Photo. But as I said, if you need to adjust images, you just open it in Photo and voila, there you go, right? So yeah, that was another project I was working on, this as well. And yeah, it's become my go-to software for designing web design or for doing web design, because I'm very old school and I prefer to work with this type of software instead of Figma. I'm not a huge fan. So yeah, for instance, there you go. That was the entire design for Mountain of Mountains. A beautiful, beautiful product. Maybe you can check it out. You'll find it on my website, the case study, and yep. Or for example, here my Webflow course, and yeah, I think there's not much more to say here at this point. You gotta check out the tools, but make sure that you take advantage of the opening in between the softwares, which is absolutely fantastic and a game changer. So let's go to Publisher quickly. There you go. Publisher works like InDesign as well. So you get the familiar UI. You get the layers on the right. You get the history, XFM, which you know now from Photo and from excuse me, from Designer, right? And you also get the effects. And I also get the adjustments. So this is amazing because you have the like Photoshop functionality in all those three software, and also you get very similar tools and additional tools which are characteristic for publishing for Publisher. But yeah, I mean, this is where you can work with print files, especially, and if you come from InDesign, you will know exactly how to work with this. You also get the master pages, right? Such as InDesign, same thing. Here I just have the curators. Stock, you get an integrated option with pixels. I don't like to use this very much, or actually not at all. Get the styles, paragraph styles, yeah. And then of course you can customize all the options you want, like here the toolbar and the tools, and as we had on Photo and Illustrator, you know. What was the table tool again? Hold on. I can't remember using this. Table tool. Oh yeah, right. Okay, like an HTML table. All right, got it. So that's it, basically. Similar. There you go. Preview mode. Okay, yeah, I barely use that. So I only use Publisher for proposals mostly, which is what you see here, for instance. But yeah, very similar UI. You're gonna feel right at home, and you can. Oh, actually, you also get a design persona here, which is kind of like a designer built into Publisher. So if you need one or two smaller changes, you can do it directly here. Otherwise, I recommend opening it completely separate in the other softwares. But yeah, it's amazing. It's cheap, best bang for value, I believe, on the internet, and I totally recommend you to use it. And yeah, I'll put the link below for Affinity products. It's not an affiliate link. I just love the software, just love the usage, and I can highly recommend it to you as a designer to also move away from a company that does not care about you, only cares about money and stealing your data, such as Adobe, So yeah, sometimes, actually, Affinity Photo can even work with smart objects as well, which is very important. And as far as I know, only Photopea can work with smart objects apart from Photoshop. But Photopea is very slow as it is in online editor. And yeah, it's really, really cool. Take a peek at it, try to play around with it and familiarize yourself with it. I can only recommend Affinity Photo, Affinity Design, Affinity Publisher. And at this point, I would like to thank the people at Affinity for creating such an amazing product and offering so much value for designers and marketers and people who work with this on a daily basis. So yeah, fantastic product. Check them all out. I hope you found some value from my videos, from my introductions. If you did, leave a like, a comment, subscribe to their channel. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Just aesthetics rock, by the way. Bam.